Hi, my name is Rodolfo and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I was born in Holguin, in a coastal city on the northeast of Cuba. I have 52 cousins on my dad's side and about 4 cousins on my mom's side. I was the first male grandson, so I was a little bit of a favorite in the family. Just as I was graduating high school, we moved to the States. Our life here was difficult at first. You know, we left a lot of things behind. We left our friends, we left our home, we left even my sister back home. The life of an immigrant is tough, but every immigrant goes through it, so I won't belabor the point. Calling back though was difficult. Staying in touch with friends was difficult. I remember calling back cost about $1 per minute, and we didn't have a lot of dollars back then to be calling home. My parents always worked very hard, so I grew up a lot with my grandparents, spent a lot of time with them. Along with my parents, they taught me to love my family, to love the animals, to love the land. Since I was a kid, you know, my grandpa taught me how to take care of the land, how to take care of animals, how to take care of trees, and I just love it. You know, it takes my mind off things. It allows me to, you know, just focus on something else that isn't necessarily work, and it's very rewarding. You know, when you take care of a tree every single day, you know, you see the results pretty immediately, right? If you stop taking care of it, you know, you will see it die right away. So, you know, it's a short feedback loop. On, you know, how good it is to take care of nature, and, you know, it's a pretty rewarding experience for me. Grandpa had a workshop where he kept everything from bent nails to little pieces of wire to soldering irons. I used to help him fix bicycles, put together umbrellas and whatnot from very early on. That's where I got my passion for repairing things, mechanics and electronics in general. My first job after TV was at a pharmaceutical company. I spent about a year there, right when I was starting with Miami-Dade College, my bachelor's degree. After I left the pharmaceutical, about a year later, I moved to a web development shop. It was sort of like a slave shop. It wasn't a nice place to be at. Like, the owners didn't pay people. They were scream to each other. They would treat people poorly. But you know, I learned a lot there. I gained a lot of experience, and that experience allowed me to get into the next company that I worked at, called Health Formula. That company, I spent about 3 years there, and that's where I met Alex, where I met Mark, where I met Amy. With Alex, I will work, you know, side projects with. We'll do, you know, some SEO gigs and stuff like that. Whatever needed done, WordPress sites, he had a bunch of them, and I will help him out with those WordPress sites. And then later we found Craig, right? Craig was on the other side of the coin. Craig had an agency, a successful agency, and he didn't have enough leads. So we started talking together, and that's how the idea of, you know, joining forces and creating Excel came from. When I started Excel, I knew how to make websites, I knew how to make software, but I didn't know necessarily how to run it. I had to learn a lot about infrastructure, about scale. I had to learn a lot about how, you know, systems really live in production. After figuring that out, I had to start all over to make the data system work. We didn't have any reporting back then, so we had to figure out how to build a data system, a scalable one, from scratch. That's when we started with ClickSense, our data warehouse project, and all of the reporting projects that we had. From there, our needs changed again, and we had to focus back on infrastructure, make the system grow on an even larger scale. That was about the time where we introduced microservices to the company, and where we really took our infrastructure to the next level. Now we're in the middle of another transformation. Our evolution of our front-end systems migrating to headless CMS, a system that's going to give us a scale beyond belief, beyond anything we've done before. Somewhere around that time, I went back to Cuba to chase after the girl of my dreams. We started dating And shortly after we came to the States and married together. I met my wife at school. I think I met her at pre-K actually. We were neighbors, so we will play together very often and we will walk home from school every once in a while. I used to give her flowers for Valentine's, and with the help of my mom, I used to print poems for her. Somehow though, many years doing the same thing, she didn't realize that I was onto her. I gave my wife the choice. You want me to learn piano, you want me to learn violin. I thought the violin, because I knew already how to play the guitar, would fit really nicely. It's a string instrument, should be easy. But my wife thought otherwise. So she gave me a piano with headphones for me to practice on. I've been practicing for about 6 months now. I can, entertain myself. I can start playing a couple songs here and there on the piano. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been, allows me to connect a little closer to my heroes from the musical world. My passion for music comes from a place that is opera itself. It's so difficult. It doesn't take just a great player. It takes a great team, being great at everything that they do. Every single player needs to be their very best in order for you to make a great opera, right? It's not just one singer, it's not just one interpreter, it's not one conductor. It's everybody needs to put it together.
Libiamo negli eti calici che la bellezza infiora e là fuggevolo.
I love Pavarotti because he was the best at what he did. He knew exactly what kind of songs would work best for him. He knew exactly, what kind of music he will be great at, and he dedicated his life to play that music and to play it better than anybody else. Nevertheless, in Pavarotti, you could see that not only he was a great singer, there are many great singers out there, but he would feel the music. He would actually enjoy and embody the music. It's different being an opera singer than just being a singer. You actually have to feel the music. You have to feel and embody what you're saying, what you're singing, and put your whole emotion on it.
I know Rodolfo for 1 year, and he can't stop talking about Kubernetes. I think it's his favorite subject. And we are excited about the new LSMS. We thought that it would be amazing to bring that technology to the company.
I know him for like 5 years almost. We actually started together. We had a programming class or a physics class together, and it was fun. I know him since then, and then we started working together, and it's been great so far.
Working with him is tough.
Careful, because we have steps over there. I'll try to make a sign to you so that, well, I'll stop, so I'll stop. And the first male of that I know how to do for a bunch of years. How does this?